you for allowing my husband and I to come and speak for a few minutes about this very important matter. I am a stay-at-home mother of a medically fragile baby, and my husband is a police officer with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. We are here today to ask for your support of Senate Bill 59 and to discuss further the importance of providing a comprehensive safety net for all families that earn over the federal poverty level. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. We are the parents of 23-month-old Matthew. He was born with a rare heart defect. The defect was determined not to be genetic and was completely beyond our control as parents. His defect has ballooned into a host of other medical issues. By the time Matthew was 10 months old, he had undergone 2 open heart surgeries at Stanford. He will also require additional open heart surgeries in the future. How many more he will need, we do not know. We are currently on a path for a 3rd surgery that could arise any day. We initially felt secure that we had such good health coverage with the police department. As a result of the extensive medical care and the 6 months we spent in the intensive care units of 2 hospitals, $1.9 million of his $2 million lifetime cap had been met. Mike and I did all the right things to prepare for this baby. We took every test available, and everything was, as far as we knew, was perfect. There's nothing we could have done in advance to have prevented this from happening to our baby. We are the perfect proof that a loving and responsible family can do everything right in their life and still end up being financially ruined because of the misfortune of a catastrophic medical event. Even worse, how can we properly care for this medically fragile child who will need a lifetime of extensive medical care without health insurance? Even with good health insurance, these cardiac children are very expensive to provide for. We once read that parents should not even file for bankruptcy until the child dies because the medical expenses are ongoing. We have been told that we are not eligible to purchase private insurance for various reasons. Even if we could, would we be able to afford the premiums? Mike and I were facing horrible options. What was suggested most often was to manipulate the system by obtaining a divorce, with my husband taking the joint assets, so I could appear to be a poor single mother. Not only is this fraud, but it's not the example we choose to set for our children. A representative of the Nevada Insurance Commissioner's Office stated that we did have options, but we just would not like them. The stated options were move out of Nevada to another state that offers a high-risk pool. No one should be advised by a Nevada official to leave the state where we have resided, voted, paid taxes, and built our life together. To us, it's no different than what Mexico does to their citizens by encouraging them to move out and come to this country for better care. In addition to this option, Mike could just quit his job, the job that he values so dearly, and get another job in hopes of getting more health insurance. Lastly, we could just give Matthew up for adoption. We could not consider this at all. Why should we give our child up because he's sick or disabled? We have been told by several healthcare workers that if we were poor or illegal, Matthew would have qualified for full medical coverage by the state. We feel that the state of Nevada is allowing the system to be broken by choosing to look the other way. It gives the impression to the hard-working citizens of this state that achievement is a liability and being dependent on the state is rewarded. When my husband and I were in the ICUs for 6 months, we saw and heard of illegal alien mothers going home with Medicaid cards for their babies. Why is it that the baby of an illegal alien mother will get full health care coverage before our baby if we were to run out of health insurance? Matthew is an American-born baby of a Gulf War veteran who is a police officer that has served Clark County for over 12 years. What I am saying here is children like my son need access to medical care as well. I'm almost done. We listened to one mother brag about getting full health care coverage for her family free because she chose not to marry the children's father. Can you imagine watching your child struggle and fight for life while you worry and fret about how you're going to pay the medical bills? And the mother of the child next to you is smiling and telling you that she knew how to get her bills covered. There needs to be something in place for families like ours. It's society's responsibility to help those who are trying to help themselves but are up against impossible odds. We are not asking for handouts. We are willing to pay for Medicaid or a high-risk pool. I realize Nevada is always cutting budgets because there isn't enough money. The pie is only so big. I need for you to see the importance of making this issue a piece of that pie and allocate money to it. Currently, it's easier to deny the program and have those families needing help move away or get divorced. In your positions, it's just easier to shake your heads and say, yeah, that's too bad, but no one will support it. Please do something about this, for many legitimate Nevada families are in dire need, and that need is growing. I would like to ask you, please, put yourselves in our shoes and think about what you would do if this happened to your child or your spouse and you were given the same options that we were given. Families who live in the state of Nevada who earn over the federal poverty level need better and decent options. Just because we are not at or below poverty level does not mean that we can afford the extensive and exorbitant medical expenses for our child. Why doesn't the state of Nevada have a high-risk pool like the 34 other states in this country? Who or what is blocking this essential need? Furthermore, why doesn't the state of Nevada have a medically needy program to help families of medically fragile children, such as California and Massachusetts? It would benefit our state to develop high-risk pools for productive citizens. These productive citizens would then continue to add to our society and not be forced to add to the dependent burden our state is already straining to finance. There is no one in any better position than this Senate committee to make this happen. And I thank you for allowing me more than 2 minutes. Thank you. I've been stressing about that 2 minutes.